Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday, October 25th, day 75 in the Big Brother house. And did stuff happen yesterday? Kinda, sorta. Is it gonna change Blue getting evicted on Thursday? No, probably not. Is it going to change the course of the game? Well, maybe a little bit, possibly. So let me try to explain all of this. There was a bit of misinformation out there, but it kind of got sorted out. This is all end game stuff going on at this point. And remember, you've still got kind of Felicia and Cirie. You've got Matt and Jag. And then you have America, Blue, and Bowie. And Bowie Jane is kind of tied fairly strongly to Matt and Jag, but she's also still talking to Felicia and Cirie. So she's kind of straddling the fence a little bit, but her loyalties, I think, are more to Matt and Jag. And then Blue seems to still feel fairly secure that she's staying. And even yesterday, Cirie commented to, I think, to the cameras, actually, to Jared, I think, that she's like, I'm trying to warn Blue that she's in danger, and she doesn't seem to be picking up on the message. And I saw that Jag was talking about Jag would prefer to pre-warn Blue that she's getting evicted so that she's less mad at him, because he thinks if she knows she's going, she won't hold it against him as head of household or as a potential tie-breaking vote. But if she's blindsided, she will hold it against him. So he wants to pre-tell her. However, Matt doesn't want to pre-tell her. And Matt's reason is the reason that a lot of these things, these blindsides happen, like when America was complaining about being blindsided about being nominated. And they don't have necessarily good answers. It's because they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to deal with the campaigning, the extra campaigning that comes. If they had told if they told America, hey, if Jag had said, hey, I'm going after you and Corey, I just have to break you two up. If he told them that before he nominated them, then they would have been scrambling like crazy to try to keep it from happening. Well, he didn't want to deal with the scrambling, so he didn't tell them. That's the reason for the blind side. It is not some, it's not the whole, it's the enemy, we're going to blow up their game and shock them. No, in this case, this is the reason for this blind side. There's other times where they do the blind side just to really mess with somebody's head. To either mess with their game, mess with their head, so that they're off their game when the next event happens, or because they don't like the person very much and they want to do it like a we showed you kind of a thing. And then there's I don't want to deal with your campaigning, so I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to do this to you until you're blindsided by it. So there's multiple reasons to, quote, blindside somebody. And Jag does not want to blindside Blue because he thinks it will be detrimental to his end game if he gets to the final two, that he will possibly lose a vote from Blue if he has one. So they're still debating that whole thing. I think someone's going to tell Blue before the actual eviction. I think she'll know. She'll know either today or tomorrow. At some point, she's going to know before the actual eviction that, she's probably not staying. Cirie is kind of like trying to lay the ground. I don't know, but someone will lay it out to her. This house can't generally keep secrets very well. Somebody has to spill the beans. Speaking of spilling the beans, the one thing that did happen yesterday was Felicia talked with Jag and talked about how Cirie and Matt have been talking and discussing how, going after Jag at some point. And it was a bit blown out of proportion, and it was a bit of a he said, she said, and it wasn't quite as severe as we kind of thought. But on the other hand, it was, Jag eventually found out, Jag talked to Matt about it, so they knew that Felicia's kind of planting these seeds and trying to kind of dig in and mess up alliances and stuff. And Felicia kind of, Matt told Cirie later on that Felicia was doing this. So Cirie has word now. that Felicia's out there kind of messing up her game, because Cirie doesn't want Felicia doing this stuff. She wants to kind of be in control, right? She wants to be in control of the process and how her potential final 2 run works if she makes it to that point. So that's kind of the gist of what's going on. Once again, it is not a game-changing stuff that's happening, but I mean, it's gameplay that's going on, and strategizing and talking, and it's still, America is still safe probably, and Blue is still going, and amazingly enough, it seems like Jag still wants to target if he has the opportunity, or if his attitude is America needs to go next, and then we deal with Felicia and Cirie. So he still sees America, even though he wants to keep America one more vote. He wants her out next, and I just don't get the how he feels about Cirie and Felicia. For his game, he needs to get rid of Cirie as soon as possible, and he just doesn't seem to see it. And I'm guaranteeing you now, if it plays out that he goes, well, if he goes like in the double because of Cirie or something, then of course he'll say, yeah, I should have gotten rid of her sooner. But I'm going to guess that in most of the scenarios as they play out, that Jag will leave that house defending his not going after Cirie at this point in the game. He'll say, oh, no, it just wasn't the time yet, and all the different things. And I just think he's confident. He really feels that this is the best way to play the game, and for him, and I don't think it is. But I also don't think if I were to sit down at a discussion table with him right now, he would agree to my side, even though we can see things that he can't see. He doesn't know all the stuff that Cirie's, her. First of all, he doesn't know that her son was in the game, right? He's just not aware. But it is what it is. We'll see. It's Wednesday. More stuff will happen today, same as yesterday. So let's see what's going on Thursday, and we'll see who gets evicted. Right? I'll talk to you guys on Thursday, tomorrow morning, and I'll probably be saying much of the same stuff. I don't anticipate a lot going on, but then again, more happened yesterday than I expected. Other shows, I have now fallen behind. Last night was not a productive night for me, so I am not up to date on Big Brother UK. Not that I would tell you much of anything. And I also did not watch Traders Canada. So I got the show in my downloaded to my computer in my Plex and placed it in the location for those of you that don't have any other means to watch it. There's a link on my BigBrotherGossip.com to last night's episode, or to Monday night's episode, if you want to go try to watch it. But I have not watched it yet. And again, I wouldn't be spoiling it anyways, but just kind of passing on that I have not watched it. And that's about it. Survivor's tonight. Will I watch Survivor? Yeah, I probably will. I'm kind of invested, even though, the person that I was a fan of isn't in it. Oh, I know what I heard day before yesterday. So the show Squid Games, right? There's a Korean movie called Squid Games that was kind of a wild and crazy hit. It's a kind of a dark, what is it, dystopian is that word that you use? It's look at the future and where there's a lottery and people basically die. They start with 456 people and they end up with one winner who gets $456 million, right? But people die all along the way. That's how they get to it. They get eliminated via various games that they call the Squid Games, which is it's a Korean story, and it's tied into that. Because the original movie, The Squid Games, was Korean and in Korean language and everything, and just dubbed with English. I've watched it. Have I watched it twice? I don't know. I've watched parts of it. It's interesting to watch a show like that with the English. There's a couple of articles written about it a few years ago. The English subtitles versus the English dubbing, watching the same scene, and it's interesting to see how the same language could be interpreted a couple of different ways, and it gives a different meaning to the actual scenes themselves. They can be presented in two different ways depending on how someone has interpreted what's being said. But I digress. So the Squid Games was a movie. It was very successful for Netflix, and so then they decided to make a reality show based on it, which is kind of funny because Mr. Beast, if you've ever heard of Mr. Beast, is a YouTube sensation, and he did a version of the Squid Games already. There's a YouTube video out there of his version of the Squid Games, which seems very much like the Netflix version. I don't remember how much he gave away. Maybe it was $450,000 or something, but $456,000. But it was a chunk of change. I watched it. It's like maybe it's a 40-minute video or a 20. It's fine. They eliminate people. They don't kill them, obviously. And the Netflix reality version also does not kill people, but it does eliminate people with many, if not all, of the same games that they did in the movie. So that's coming out sometime very soon. Turns out, when you throw 456 contestants, okay, we're all going to have a connection to one of these people, right? At least, right? Some kind of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon separation. You're going to know someone who knows someone that is on the Squid Games, probably. And I know at least 2 someones. I know one, Dash, who was on Sequester, the first season, my May 8th game of Sequester, who won my May 8th game of Sequester. He is on the Squid Games because he's in the trailer. People found him on the trailer and pointed it out. And then another May 8th alumni has a friend who apparently is on it. I don't know the friend's name, but he made a comment that, oh yeah, my friend is on that. So, there's another one more degree of separation to that person. So yeah, I know at least one person directly and one person indirectly, people that are on this show that's going to kick off in less than a month, in in a week or so. I'm not sure when it starts. Sometime in November, I think. So anyways, kind of interesting. I will watch the show. It's not for everyone, obviously. It's a reality show too. There was actually some stories out there. I think if you Google Netflix Squid Games, there's actually like horror stories out there about how some of the conditions were bad. About like some of the games, people were suffering from hypothermia because they wouldn't quit, kind of a thing. Like there's one. The initial game is you have to stand. It's a big, huge doll. And it has like laser eyes, kind of, and it's red light, green light, kind of, and if you don't freeze on red light, then you get killed, right? You get shot or lasered. I guess it was shot, and they did blood packs for these people, I guess, and that's how they eliminated them. But apparently, I'm guessing it was really cold out when they did it, and so there was lots of people that didn't want to move. I don't know if that was the game, but some game people didn't move, and I guess I'm going to get to go. Some game people didn't want to move to the point of suffering from hypothermia. So interesting show. I'll be checking it out, and hopefully Dash wins $4.56 million or whatever it is. I'll let you know, right? There we go. I'm wrapping it up, folks. I'm just getting to work. I hope you all have a good day. It's Wednesday. Yay! I will... primo parking spot, too. That works. I'll talk to you guys all on Thursday and anticipate telling you that Blue is going Thursday night. And that nothing major happened overnight, but you never know with this crew, right? Thanks again for listening, folks. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thanks again for your support. Bye-bye.